We're discussing the Wuji standing posture, which is the beginning stage of the Qigong process. So if you have already been practicing standing, this is going to be a little bit different than what you have learned through the Foundations of Qigong course. This particular practice is meant to develop your root and also the dantian. All right, so in previous lessons, we've talked about breathing, bringing awareness, bringing the natural breath, allowing the mind to saturate the dantian, the abdominal space. And in this posture, in this practice, we're going to be both sinking the root down through into the floor or into the earth, as well as clearing out the body of stored tension, inertia, etc. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over basic standing alignments so that you can begin your practice. The feet are going to be about hip width apart, a nice like wide solid base. So feet directly underneath of the hips or under the shoulders is going to be too narrow. We want to be slightly wide, but we don't want to be too wide, right? This is not a high horse stance. So finding the right position. Now, before we do arms, we're going to do the lower half of the body. So once you have your wide position, once you have your nice solid base, there's going to be this feeling of going from upright to sitting down on a bar stool, right, or a high chair. Right. So this will be the first part that you practice is what does it feel like to sink and sit down? Now, the first thing I want you to notice here as I sit and bend the knees slightly is that the position of my spine is changing, all right? So when I sit down, the spine, my rib cage and spine hinge forward slightly. Right? This is good. This is what we want. Right? I don't want to sit like this and be totally upright. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to be slightly forward. Right? Slight hinge at the waist. Now, still, my back is mostly flat. I'm pulling my chin in slightly, so my head's not sticking out over here like this, and I'm not lifting my chin and kinking my neck. I want my chin to be in a neutral position, right? And you will feel over time practicing this when any aspect of the spine is out of alignment. Okay, so I'm sitting down, sinking in, my knees are slightly bent. The weight is going to be more toward the front of the feet, right? I don't want to be so far that my knees are bent over my toes. When I look down at my feet, I should be able to see at least an inch, if not more, of my toes. Right? Now from here, the shoulders, again, neutral position. I'm not going to have my shoulders slumping back, forward. I'm not going to pull my shoulders back. They're just neutral and heavy. And now the hands are going to position themselves out from the sides. So my hands are going to be out beyond, just wide of my legs. Palms flat to the floor. And it's like I'm setting my hands on a low countertop. I'm going to turn. Sinking in, bending the knees, weight is on the balls of the feet. Notice how my hand is not at the height of my elbow. My hand is down low, right? This is important for energy flow, right? Elbow slightly bent, palm is open, my hand is flat, mostly flat. And notice also that my elbow, space between my rib cage and my elbow. I'm not collapsed in here like this, and I'm not way out wide like this, somewhere in between. It should feel easy in the sense of natural, like I'm going into this kind of heavy resting, sinking position. You're gonna wanna feel like there's weights hanging off at the elbow, right? Hands are soft and open. The chest is soft, slightly sunken in, they say. Chest is empty, soft. The breath is in the belly, in the dantian, in the low back. Now you can practice with your eyes open. You can practice with your eyes closed. I like to use a mind fold, especially if I really want a deep concentration. And then once you're in this position, the legs are going to start to feel the effort, right? I'm not contracting my leg muscles. In fact, what I'm trying to do is release all muscle contraction from the entirety of my body. All right, now how do you do that in the legs and still maintain yourself standing up? It's about softening your inguinal crease, the quad, these microscopic adjustments of the pelvis in order to get this energy to transfer down from the upper body, from the shoulders, the chest, the back, through the pelvis into the legs, and then down to the earth. And this is the process that we are going through in this standing Wuji posture, right? So you're gonna start to practice for 5, 7, 10 minutes for a few weeks. 10 minutes is a good place to aim for. See if you can maintain a 10-minute practice for a few weeks daily, and you will start to feel as though it's getting easier to stand in this position for that length of time. Once you feel like you're standing for 10 minutes and the time is going by quicker, it's getting easier to stand there, you can extend the length of your time. All right? Begin to practice, pose questions. Remember that your body has a lot of this information already stored in terms of the alignment. So as the natural breath softens, the connective tissue system of the body and the muscles are relaxing, this downward flow of energy from gravity, the gravitational pull through the body, through your structure, is going to inform your structure and allow you and your body to become softer, but also heavier, more efficient, and more grounded, right? So the root, we're sinking everything down through the feet, releasing the muscle contractions, relaxing the body.